To now adjourn, and I call the honourable member for O'Connor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I rise today to discuss the important measures the Coalition Government is putting in place to assist the mining, exploration and resources industry get back on track. I'm proud that Kalgoorlie, one of Australia's mining centre, is a big part of my electorate of O'Connor. Founded in 1893 when Irishman Paddy Hannon struck gold, Kalgoorlie was born by fortune seekers from across the country descending on the region. Over the next 120 years, the mining of gold, along with other metals such as nickel, has been a major industry and today employs about 1/4 of Kalgoorlie's workforce and generates a significant proportion of its income. The Super Pit, the biggest open mine pit in Australia, is located right next to the town and has been operated by Kalgoorlie Consolidated Gold Mine since 1989. At 3.6 kilometres long, 1.6 kilometres wide and a depth of more than 600 metres, the Super Pit is as deep as Uluru is high and about the same circumference. The Super Pit produces up to 850 ounces of gold every year, and its operations far outweigh any other mining centre in Australia. But, as great as the Super Pit is for the goldfields economy, the current reserve has a finite mine life, as all current deposits do. This is an important point in looking to the future of the region's economy and also Australia's. While Greenfield's exploration expenditure has remained relatively stable in real terms over recent years, it has fallen as a proportion of total exploration from 40% to 33% over the last decade. Last week, the Minister for Industry, the Honourable Ian Macfarlane, chose Kalgoorlie to regionally launch the federal government's Exploration Development Incentive Scheme. Starting on the 1st of July 2014, the EDI is a $100 million incentive allowing investors in junior companies to deduct a proportion of the exploration expenditure against their taxable income. The EDI will free up resources for the private sector and create better incentives and more opportunities for business and individuals to succeed. While in Kalgoorlie, Minister Macfarlane reiterated, exploration is the precursor to development and production and exports. If you're not doing the exploration work, then the future looks grim. At the moment, we are facing the reality of a 10-year low in Greenfield's exploration, and although there are some drillers who remain pessimistic about the EDI and think it's not enough, in reality, $100 million will create $300 million worth of capital for exploration. If we have long-running operations looking at closing in the next 20 years, we need to find the new deposits now, so that the industry will keep running for another 100 years. This sentiment is echoed by the Chamber of Minerals and Energy of Western Australia Chief Reg Howard Smith, who said after the announcement on budget night, all resource projects begin with a discovery, and to that end, the CME welcomes the funding of the Exploration Development Incentive. He goes on to say, to establish a future pipeline of projects, we rely upon increasing the current level of exploration activity here in Western Australia. The EDI is about ensuring that we remain and maintain the momentum of discovery and ensure that we have a rich, prosperous way forward. I can't stress enough how important it is for anyone who is eligible to make the most of the EDI. There are two other measures that I believe will also help the mining and resources industry: repealing the resource rent tax and repealing the carbon tax. The mining resource rent tax damaged international investor confidence in Australia, in particular the energy and resources sector. Repealing this tax will provide a boost for the mining industry and is a strong step forward towards repairing the perceptions of international investors have formed about Australia over recent years. The repeal of the mining resource rent tax and its associated expenditure will not only improve the budget bottom line, but will save millions of dollars in compliance costs for small, medium and large entities. The cost of the carbon tax on the Australian minerals industry exceeds $1.2 billion a year when the price of emissions permits. The impact of diesel fuel and higher energy charges are included. Maintaining a high fixed price of carbon will continue to damage the competitiveness of Australian businesses, especially in mining and resources. I urge the Senate to repeal the carbon tax bill so mining and resources industry can focus on getting back on track. I firmly believe the EDI and the repealing of the mineral resource rent tax and the carbon tax will benefit the mining and resources sectors and underscore the words of the Prime Minister on election night that Australia really is open for business.
The question is